Okay, I'm doing problems number 62 and 63 on page 75. This is in section 2.2. Number 62 says the cost of producing PDAs. Apollo manufactures PDAs at a variable cost of, and they give us a cubic polynomial that calculates that for us. So for each unit produced, I can calculate the value of that particular unit. Also, they say that the monthly fixed cost attributable to the division that produces the PDAs is 100,000. So to come up with a total cost function, I've got to take the variable cost, in other words, the cost per unit, and then combine that with the fixed costs. In other words, the cost that they had before they even produced any. They had to buy equipment and other things I'm sure are involved there to make that around $100,000. And then when they start producing the items, there's a per item cost, which is my the V function. It says, what is the total cost incurred in producing 2,000 units a month? So here I would calculate the total cost for 2,000 by evaluating my total cost function at 2,000. And if I put 2,000 in for the X there and calculate that, I will get $404,000. Now, problem 63 goes on. Suppose the total revenue realized by Apollo from the sale of X PDAs is given by the total revenue function. So this is 63. So they're giving us the total revenue function for producing X PDAs. Find the total profit. The profit function is revenue, total revenue, subtract total cost. So negative 0.1x squared plus 500x subtract. Now be careful here with the grouping symbols. You're subtracting the total cost function, the entire function. So I've got to make sure that I subtract each one of these terms. And then I would get I'm going to also combine like terms here. So subtracting would change all these signs. And then combining like terms, I'd have my profit function. And there it is. Now the last question is, what is the profit when 1,500 units are produced and sold? 1,500 produced as a cost, and if they're all sold, that will give me a total revenue using the R function. And I'm just going to be evaluating to get that profit, then evaluate my profit function at 1,500. profit of $182,375. So these two problems, 62 and 63, are illustrating the relationship between revenue, cost, and profit. Profit is generally revenue subtract cost. So I have a revenue function, I have a cost function. The cost function was built from two things. One, a variable cost, in other words, the cost of materials per item produced, and a fixed cost. And that again would maybe include machinery and all the other things that would go in for setting up to even produce any items. But the total cost function C, and then my profit would be the total revenue subtract the total cost. And when they said they produced 15 items or units and then sold off, or 1,500 items or units and sold all of them, then I know my profit would just be simply the total revenue subtract the total cost. And that would be my $182,375.